Welcome to Chats at the Gallery. I have here with me today Ms. Goh Shuyi, founder and principal consultant of the Strengths Co. And welcome, Shuyi.
Thanks, Lin.
Now, perhaps you can introduce yourself and share what Strengths Co is about.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Shuyi, and I'm the founder of the Strengths Co. And I'm also a certified Strengths Coach. And so what we do is we specialize in career development, workshops and training and coaching to help people to discover their own strengths and their secret sauce and gifts, and really give them the confidence and clarity to pursue work and career that feels energizing and where they can thrive in. And I set up the Strengths Co actually from it stemmed from a personal experience and story. So for me, I grew up as a very shy and introverted person. So I took information systems as a degree. And that's because my parents was also com science graduates, and I didn't know what to do, so I just started okay, since they do it, I do it, and then I started to study that. And then who knows, 16 years later, I ended up doing technology consulting for almost 2 decades. It was about 5 years ago that I started to burn out, and I realized that it was actually years and years of stress and anxiety that is built up over these decades of being in tech that somehow just manifested in the body. And then I just started to fall sick all the time, and my health suffered. And that really was the point that got me to think, actually, is there a better way to approach work than just going down this downhill path? And so that got me thinking, what's my strengths and how can I make work easy and energizing? I feel like we all should approach work like that, because we're going to work until retirement, right? 60 something for the most of us.
Maybe even longer.
Maybe even longer, because we're living older. So I think we owe it to ourselves to make it work for us. And so to really think what could be more energizing. And so that got me the path of self-discovery. So I really spent 2 years to discover myself, to really understand myself and ask. And through this experimental phase in 2 years, then I finally discovered my strengths through a coaching course, the strengths coaching course. And it was when I had this aha moment, my strengths is in people development and empathy, and that's not where I can find it in tech. Yes. And that was the aha moment. So after this aha moment, I found that clarity, and there was a calling in me to say, I think more people need to know this, because if I myself was in this, education system that didn't really help me to think about my strengths, I wonder how many people need this. Yes. So I started, okay, how do I package this self-discovery to something more structured so that people can quickly learn about themselves and then find that confidence and that clarity in their career path. So that's where the Strengths Co is set up. How to help people make right career choices that is aligned to who they are. Right? So that's our mission. To understand your strengths and yourself as a mix of assessments to help you understand your blind spot using data to understand. We also run workshops that's more reflective. How do you think about yourself based on your experiences? What truly lights you up? I think only we know ourselves. So our workshops help people to think back and through coaching as well. And then also the third piece is we ask our clients to also get feedback from other people about what your bosses, your colleagues, what they see in themselves. And then we piece all these pictures and pieces of data together to really form like a mirror about yourself. This is what I'm good at. And then we try to guide our customers to then chart their path. So it's a structured framework that is a mix of not just assessments, but a lot of other things, our own frameworks as well.
Do you think it's suitable for people who are starting out the career, or you need to have some years of experience before you can have a better idea of where your strengths are?
So for us, my clients are right now at a mid-career stage. That is where they've accumulated years of experience, then they can start to see patterns. Because ultimately, identifying your strengths is all about seeing patterns. I do still think that we are wired from young. We can really see patterns. So I have 3 kids. I really see that they are all very different. One is more creative, one is more empathetic, and one is more thinking, right? He thinks out of the box. He likes to solve puzzles. So I think from young we already have all these behaviors already that we are naturally inclined to. So I believe that from young we should already be, as parents or like even uncles, aunties or whatever, we should really be helping our children already spot their natural wiring and strengths. And obviously after that, as we grow through being a student to like fresh grad, if we have the awareness, we can start to shape our choices, right? What course we go for, and start to just understand ourselves more and do reflection. But yes, for our coaching and career development, we are focused on mid-career because I think that's where I feel like when we're fresh graduates, I encourage people to just try. If you don't try a lot of things, you won't know what you like. I think the tricky part is when mid-career they already try so much already, and then how do we now make confident decisions, like want to choose something now, because we're already 40 plus. Then how do we find a path that they want to start to specialize really, so that's where we specialize in. How do you make confident decisions?
Who are your clients and how do you help them?
Yeah. So the clients I work with is on two groups. On an individual basis, mostly they are mid-career professionals, typically 35 to about late 50s, who are already leaders or who are already quite established in their own field already. And these are people who are at a crossroads right now, where they realize that they have gotten to a certain level of success, but they realize that actually, why is there something missing? Something feels like not meaningful. I don't feel fulfilled by my job, but they want to change to something else, but they don't know what to change to. Right? So this is a crossroads where, if I change, will I waste all my experience so far? But they're also at a stage where I want to change, but I want to make sure that I make the right choice. I cannot afford to make a wrong choice anymore. So this is like the mindset that they're going for, and so they come to us because they want a coach to guide them to make the right choices. So that's one. The second group of people that we work with is organizations where with leaders and their teams have all kinds of different personalities and strengths, and so organizations invite us to come and run workshops to help the team understand different people's strengths and then how to work together more effectively. Because sometimes differences can arise in conflict because why this person work like that, why this person always so micromanaging. But actually micromanaging can be a good thing as well because they are very detailed. So I think it's about understanding different people's personalities and strengths and then how to work collaboratively. So that's the two groups of people.
Okay, so can you share one success story of how your client turned their strengths into success?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. Okay, I would say generally, if I have to break down what we do as the results that what we do in terms of coaching, right? I believe it's very simple. It's to help people find the confidence and clarity they need to pursue their deepest desires. And actually, I believe everybody has a secret dream that they have. They want, but they don't dare to pursue because of fear, right? Because of fear of what people tell us, advice, and so that's really out there. So I'll just tell you one of my clients. The most memorable one was he started as an A&E nurse, and then because he's very good, right? He started because he's good. He got promoted to management. Then in management, he do hospital operations. And then after that, he realized that I don't feel energized in my role. I thrive in people, and then I ended up, why is it that I'm doing operations where I have to do processes and things like that? And so he feels very drained by his work. And then when he came to me, we started to unpack what his strengths were, and it turned out that his strengths was very high in relationship building. He enjoys developing people's potential, guiding them, coaching them, and these strengths could not be utilized in his operational work. And then he's finding, that was the cause of why feeling so stuck. right? Because he was so good, right? But he got promoted to management until he got to do operations. And so through understanding his strengths, he gained confidence that, hey, I think this is where I want to focus my energy on people development. And so what happened was, after coaching, we identified roles that he can go to, still in healthcare, but that can leverage his people development strengths. So now he finally managed to land a role in, he managed to land a teaching role in the university, teaching hospital operations, but he also have a full-time role, and he's now in the education role in the hospitals, crafting programs for the healthcare workers. So he did a switch lah.
Yes.
Still in healthcare, but using the experience in healthcare, but now shaping it towards education, which is his sweet spot lah. Yeah, so that's very fulfilling for me and for him lah, to realize that, yeah, actually I can do a pivot to something that I'm fulfilled by.
Yes. Yeah, and it's also still within his areas of expertise.
Yes, but just used in a different way. Yeah. So you don't necessarily have to switch industry, because he still cares for the industry. He's very passionate about healthcare, so he's going to stick with it. But then how can I make a bigger impact but still within healthcare?
Yes. Yeah, so I think it's a very important aha moment.
Yeah, that's correct.
For him as well.
Yes, yeah. And because when he came, he was still stuck, right? It's like, if I don't have experience in education, so how to move there? But actually, if you will package your skill sets and your strengths right, the hiring manager and the manager can clearly see, like, oh, you are such a good fit here, because your passion comes out.
Many of us are worried about how AI will make our jobs obsolete. Can you share like 3 tips on what we should do?
Yes, this comes out a lot because I think everyone's quite worried about AI, and naturally so, because the technology is moving so fast. And I think we need to be honest also that no one really knows what's going to happen in the future. So, and even like the experts in the world also don't know, and no one has a crystal ball. So I think when we have something that's so uncertain, then the best thing we can do in our control is to double down on what makes us human, because the technology is going to evolve and all that. So the best investment within our control is really to sharpen our edge in our uniquely human strengths and skills that AI can't easily displace. And then what's that? It's the ability to work with other people, the ability to communicate, the ability to connect with someone, the ability to prompt AI, because AI is just a tool, right? How do we give instructions, have a higher order of thinking, creative thinking, to give instructions to AI so that it can help us, do all the legwork, and then we become like we become the leader, right? Become a leader. Everyone becomes a leader now. I think in the future, everyone will become some form of leader, and AI is our assistant. So we need to start to operate at a higher level already, even more. So I thought about 3 tips. I like to think of it. Yeah, the first one I think was PIE. Okay, so first one is key, which I believe is personal positioning and personal branding. So why do I say this? Because when we have AI now, actually everybody, the barriers to entry to our jobs is going to be very low. Meaning someone now who is not a very good writer can also write. Someone who is not a great marketer, didn't study marketing, can also be a marketer, because they have AI to go and like come up with good copywriting perhaps. So yes, also, so you are competing in terms of jobs. You're competing with a lot more people now, not just in like Singapore, but even other international. You're competing with even lower cost countries, right? Who with that same skill set, we have AI in their pockets. So we need to think about our position and
AI
branding.
is leveling ground. Because even if the person is not so educated, as long as he has the ability to ask the AI.
So all the more, that's why I say the first tip is positioning. Positioning is so important, because you need to, how do you be remembered? How do you get people to remember you? Oh, Sok Ling, the art studio owner, but there are many art studio owners, right? So how do people remember you? Oh, this is the art studio owner for the art studio for XXX. So we need to start to position that, okay, how do I make you memorable? And even like for a project manager, I'm not just a project manager in healthcare. I need to say, oh, I'm a project manager in healthcare who work with global stakeholders and like to work with matrix organizations, because not everybody can say they have that experience. So you have to package your experience in a way that makes you, wow, you're one of the few. Then after people can start to remember you. Otherwise, if you are just one of the many, it becomes like a commodity, right? So that's positioning. And then the second piece is investing in skills. This seems quite straightforward, but I think a lot of people maybe I noticed that they don't know what skills to invest in, especially government give us a lot of skills future, right? So there's many thousands of skills courses to go for. And I think we need to be strategic about, okay, with my limited time and energy in my, limited time, limited energy, where do I want to focus my skills on? I need to be very smart, okay. Where do I see myself ending up in the next 10 years? What's my path like? And what are the skills that I need to be successful on this path? So we need to think about, like, for your industry, in your field, what would make you stand out, and pick the right skills that make you stand out even more than the others lah. So it's picking the right skills so that you can also prompt AI also, because the better the prompts, then you have better output as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think investing in skills is very important. I think AI literacy is a must skill to learn, no matter what age we are. We need to be able to use it lah.
Yes.
Yeah, and employers will be looking out for this as well. And then the final one is experiment. I say this because sometimes we are fixed on, we are doing this, I would say, our job path for very long, and if AI and for some reason in down the years is going to like disrupt it, we need to be able to like pivot quite quickly and like try new things. And for a lot of people, try new things is out of the comfort zone. So I say experiment because I feel that we need to take a mindset of like experimental mindset to say, it's okay, I try this, but if I fail, it's not failing, it's just I'm learning something. Right? It's like Thomas Edison, right? He took 5,000 tries to come up with the working light bulb. Yeah. So but every try was to tell him, every experiment he did was to say, okay, this one doesn't work because I learned something, so I'm going to do something else. So I think we need to think of it as our careers. We're going to experiment, we're going to try new things, and we're going to learn new things, and it will form the next path. Yeah, so it's to not be scared of failure. Like, failure is not like a word in my vocabulary. Right? It's experiment.
Yes. I think taking an experimental approach is a positive way to see failures.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Because experiment really, I think experimental, the word, it releases this pressure off your back to be perfect.
Yes.
Like, or to be like, oh, I need to get it right. Yeah.
So you take a more playful approach to taking risks. So I think the PIE is a very good approach actually. Yeah, because that's how we can stand up. And I like your point of AI making all of us as a leader.
Yeah.
So every single individual now has to know that you have like a lot of tools to help you already.
Yeah.
So you are now the leader of your own, career path.
Yeah.
So how do you make yourself stand out as an individual, which is the positioning?
Yeah.
And then how do you invest in the skills that you can see? And I guess if you can do a strengths assessment and know which area you are good at, which path you are at, it will also help you to be able to assess what skills that you need.
Yes, it speeds up the process. So I think having the assessment helps also, because it's like, okay, I have the assessment, it gives me some, data points, and I was like, okay, what am I seeing here? Which one do I want to focus on? It's like a reference lah. It's a reference.
Yes. And I think the experiment or taking risk part is something that is very necessary, especially in the future. Yeah, because things are changing so fast. Yes. So being able to understand or take risks, and how do we make taking risks not exceptional?
Correct.
So you talk a lot about shaping our careers to align with our strengths. Why is that so important?
Our education system has shaped us to think that we need to be well-rounded. What I'm trying to champion is to rethink about this, to look at our strengths instead, and why let me just explain. Strengths, there's a misconception that strengths is what you're good at. Oh.
No.
Yes, because that's that. But that, while that is partly true, I would say I would add another layer to it is strength is what strengthens you and what gives you energy. It should make you even more energized. If you are doing something good and you're good at something, but at the end of the day you go home, you feel like, wow, tired. I'm sure I don't feel energized by the work at all, which is entirely possible. Right? You may be doing good at something because you do it for 10 years. So you are good lah. But if you are going home every day and you feel so tired, and burnt out, I think that's it's not a sign of strength. It's just learned competence. You have done it because you have done it for many years. And so when I talk about strengths, working with strengths is really important because if you give me an example, you put two people on the same task who went through the same school experience and skills, right? Two people the same task. The one who feels energized by the work, who cares about the work and is intrinsically motivated by the task, like to solve this problem, will over time outperform this person who is just there to just do the work. This person with that high passion and energized by the work to like think creatively, to find new ways to solve this problem, will outlast this person over a period of time. Over time they may be the same, but this person will just for sure. For sure. And this will compound over time. It's the compounding advantage, right? Because this person is more energized, more wired for this particular piece of work. And so if you're thinking about long-term sustainable careers and performance, do you want to be this guy or this guy? Right? This person who it's just simple as that. Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. We are not immortal. We only have very limited time on earth to be a master at our craft, to make meaning of a career. So you have to choose lah. Do you want to be this or this lah? And then if you're this, you're going to be, how you say, out competition. Like if let's say an employer chooses someone, this person is going to have higher growth. So we want to be picking the path that we have the highest potential. And that the only way to do that is to find something where our work and our potential and our energy, when we're most energized by work, because we can do more with it.
Yes. Yeah, it's not just about career progression, it's also about living a more fulfilled life every day.
That's right. And so I would say a strategic question we should be asking for ourselves in our career is, what is the best use of our energy, our skills and our natural talents, right, that will give the best use of your time? Because time is something that we all don't have much of. What is the best use of our time?
Yes. And also, I like the fact that the strength is not just about what we are good at. Yes, it's also about what strengthens you as a human as well.
Yes.
So it's not just about maximizing the time we have here to have a certain career path. It's also ensuring our time here is also a happy and fulfilling one. So that every day when we are working or whatever that we are pursuing, we are also feeling energized by it.
Yes, and the energy, I feel like energy is such a big, important word I want to share, because your energy is so contagious. So not just you at your work, are you energized? And then when you go home, you bring the energy as well, right? So to my kids, with my family also at home, I want to be able to be fulfilled at work. So when I come home, I'm spreading good energy, and in turn that builds up the kids as well, inspires them. If I come home very tired and I go to my kids, then I'm shouting at them, then it's not helping, right? It's like you're just passing on this energy from one place to another. So I believe in how do we fill our own cup, our own energy, then we can have positive ripples, right, to the people around us.
Yes. I think that's very, very important point. So that you just not just feel happy when you are working. You're also bringing the positive energy back when we are home. We tend to think that when we are working, and when we are home, we're home. But we are not like that.
Yes, that's right.
So we will definitely bring back some energy back home.
Correct.
Yes, and of course, if family is the most important thing for us, how can we be sharing, all the negative energy back with the people that are most important to us?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so cool. I know I have a different opinion of strengths.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, it's important to know your strengths and then use the strengths to strengthen yourself.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if someone feels stuck or uncertain about their direction, what do you propose? Where should they start?
Yeah, I would say start inward and not outwards. Okay, let me explain this. So when you start, most people when they feel stuck in a career, and I think also now there's also layoffs happening and people are at this like crossroad, they're not sure what the next step is. The very knee-jerk reaction is to go to LinkedIn, go to see the jobs, what out there, where's the market going, and then I see where I can apply, right? And see what is best suit my experience and which one is the right fit. And I would say stop. Don't look outside because it's a very noisy world out there. When you're feeling stuck, it's often a very emotional thing, and that we need to pause first and detach from what's going on. So I say start inward, and I would say I always start with strengths as a foundation because that's where we get the most energy and clarity from. So one question, very easy if you're stuck, just ask this one question, okay, which is when were the times that I felt most fulfilled and alive? And then what people will always find is that ask them to come up with like 3 times in their career that they felt most alive and felt most energized, and ask them, okay, these 3 times in your career, what's the pattern you're seeing? So maybe someone is saying that, okay, these 3 stories were my peak experiences were the time where I was working with a team, getting everybody together, but we're working towards the same goal. Or maybe someone was saying, I realized that all 3 experiences were about me creating something from scratch, conceptualizing and bringing something to life, right? So everybody will find a common pattern everybody will find, and your job is to really find what's that pattern and see and remind yourself that, I used to come alive when I conceptualize something. So now then how can I find a way to conceptualize something? So I think always starts with your success stories, because sometimes when we are stuck we forget that actually there were good things that happened before, and then how can we replicate those good things again in our next chapter. Looking at past and reflecting on what built you up helps you to sort of remember that who you are, and you're bringing positive energy back, and it also helps you prepare you for your the next career conversation, your job interviews, because you're carrying a renewed sense of energy and confidence. When you're going in with a feeling of desperation or like, okay, I just want to land this, right, it also comes out in the interviews and your conversations as well. And so I try not to like advise that we should be entering our interviews and the job search with a renewed sense of this is what I'm good at, this is the value I'm going to deliver, and take it or leave it. Yeah. I think it's that boss attitude. Yes. Yeah, and that we're not at the mercy of employers. We are finding the right fit who will appreciate our strengths.
I think it also makes the person who is the retrenched person who is going for a job interview, he'll go in with much more confidence.
Yeah. And truly everybody has something valuable, yes. And we need to just be able to know it and then articulate it. And the right people will appreciate you.
Yes. Yeah. Know it and believe it as well.
Believe it. I think that's a whole discovery process, because when you start to talk about it more, talk about your strengths more, we're human like that. When we talk more, we believe in it more. And I think that's so powerful, right, to be able to internalize the strengths. Yeah.
Yes. And you make yourself even stronger actually.
Yes, because the more you talk about it, the more you're also more comfortable to tell and articulate your worth.
Anything you would like to share?
My parting was just tune into what makes you come alive, what makes you curious, and that's very good indication of what your strengths are. It's the energy.
Yes. So it's not just what you're good at, but the whatever that you're doing that makes you energized.
Yes, that's very, very good indication.
So thanks, Shuyi, for coming to Chats at the Gallery. Chats at the Gallery is a series where we invite experts to share their expertise and experience in an art gallery. After all, art is about life. That's all for today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you